2025, and this is the first garden tour I'm doing because spring has been such a depressing, wet, gray experience. And this is finally coming together, I guess. I've been working when I can, exhausted, but it's getting there. I'm starting in the memorial garden because it still hasn't really been touched. But we'll probably get to that a little bit this year. I don't know that I'll plant more, just maybe tidy it up. This is the expansion I started last year. We had cut branches down from the evergreen. I divided some hostas. These were the Cross Regal that were probably one of my oldest hostas. And I think I got 4 divisions out of it, and they're just kind of scattered everywhere. And where it had been, it was very dark green, so I'm glad to see that it's back to being blue. It is a mess because everything is in progress. I've been working for hours today, and I'm ready to take a break, but I need to document what I've done before it rains yet again. The little shrubs here are the Sesky birch. I had them in pots last year. Did not take care of them at all. The other one over there is not looking great. Got some super cheap mulch just so weeds don't take over. And planting a little bit of more focal pieces this way, because when you do come down the driveway, you can see this area. And I've also expanded the deer fence to come down here. That was a bit of a nightmare putting that up this year. We did it on Mother's Day with my son, and he was so patient. I just didn't measure it. I just started putting it up and should have started it in different spots. The hosta collection looks beautiful. These are some new ones this year. Blueberry muffin, I divided that one right out of the pot. Vulcan, I divided. Believe it or not, this is half of what was in the pot. And this little guy, I'm not sure where I want to put him. And I really enjoy it because it has the red stems. Island Breeze. There's no rush on that one. I do have new variegated Brunnera. I ordered those online. This columbine is new. My mouse ears survived, the voles. And I've decided to lump all the heucheras kind of in the same region. Since they're not great performers, I might as well have a little assortment. And if they survive, great. If not, oh well. And this little mouse ears chunk was loose from that. So I don't know if something dug it up. Birds like to poke around. This hellebore back here also was a star. That's the wedding bells white. And this variegated Solomon seal was nothing but twigs when I put that in there. Nice to see it returned. This was all very thick with leaves, and I was very late cleaning it up because of the rain. My Jacob's ladder are in bloom. I love the pink tinge on the edges. So pretty. Snake eyes survived. However, I found some stems that look like they were eaten from the back, and I'm guessing voles. I don't know if you can see it or not. No, it doesn't really show it. I tried to mound some dirt up, and I did put my vole repellent down, the systemic. I don't know that I want to walk all the way down there. We'll maybe go from the outside of the fence. Just take a quick peek from here. Everything's looking good. The rain is really keeping this garden happy. It would be great to have a little bit of sunshine though, and a little bit of heat. I see more reverting. I'm gonna have to dig that up. I thought I dug it up last year, just that section. And it looks like over there, One Last Dance. But I don't mind that, only because it's not solid green. It's limey. And my Hull Costa down at the end, I noticed, had a green section that I just kind of snapped out. I'm gonna try to avoid my trash pile. New this year, I bought a pop-up greenhouse, which was wonderful. Oh, it made my life so much easier. But I have taken it down. This garden got a little bit of a facelift. That 4x4, 6x6, whatever the heck it was. Ooh, and it's windy. Had been here for a long time and I never really liked it, so I'm just trying to make it a little more cohesive. I finally covered my propane tanks. Not exactly what I had envisioned, but at least it just hides the Irving symbol. And my little statue's new because the other Fiona statue that was in the memorial garden, not taking it so well. Not really meant to be outside constantly. I love how this looks. I settled down on annuals and I really have put a lot of perennials. These guys are still waiting to be planted. So it's nice to have variety. This is a sunny patch, which I'm kind of limited on the sun. These are 2 beautiful salvia, and I did plant an elephant ear in the middle. I wanted to do more, but with all of the underground cables and whatnot, it was tricky digging the elephant ear up last year, even though I really wanted to have this whole section be elephant ear. But I don't think it's wise. So I did pop a couple zinnias over here. I just had overstock of them. I might end up putting them on the hill with the other ones. We'll see. I still have a lot of echinacea in here. I have the catmint that should make a somewhat of a hedge. I've transplanted it so many times. I think it'll do okay. This was just a hanging basket that was a fundraiser for my son's project graduation. Pop that in the ground. The phlox looks great. The little rose looks great. New are some lilies. These are the Proven Winner. They're like a peachy orange color. Funny thing, the rose topiary sat over here in a pot pretty much all summer. And when I was doing this edging, there's tons of little grubs in there because the Japanese beetles love roses. And there was the evidence. So deer garden, super, super wet. Again, with the constant rain. No money to invest in the drainage. Very happy the white dicentra came back, and it looks like it self-seeded back there in the corner of the rock. I have a columbine that's going to pop. New Hakonakloa. That is not a great performer for me. June did get eaten last year by the voles. The hellebore patch looks pretty good. For once, I was kind of relaxed on the weeding back in the hellebore section, and it looks like, let's see if I can go over here without sinking, I have baby hellebores under the black one, which that's always been the weaker one, so that's kind of cool. Still pollen on the hostas. I didn't rinse them all off. The pine trees just exploded this week. That is the division of the Vulcan back at the beginning. And Woo La La, pretty sure the voles found that one. So I did put more repellent down. Let's see if I can get over here. Still have to pot this up. More deer protection. Nothing too exciting. These are mostly divided hostas. And divided astilbe. And pulmonaria, I love, love, love. And my geums down at the end. Boxwood did not fare so well. It was not planted really great, but the other one down at the end does look great. One of the pots going on the rock wall. I'm just hoping it dries up a little bit so I can put the final touches on it. Butterbur put on a lovely show. I've worked a lot back here as well. Just trying to tidy it up. I am going to be hosting some graduation parties. So doing the little details, like staining these boards. And this old dog walking through all of my plants. She never used to do this. This year, oblivious. And I know her eyesight's going, but geez, literally. Fiona, come. Fiona, come. Dog. Okay, here we have some Lysianthus. I bought those already started. Carrots, I've never grown, always wanted to. Ah, there are babies there. I've been waiting and waiting. I'm pumped about that. My onions I started from seed. Have been in the ground for quite some time. They look nice. A couple extra straw flower seedlings put in here. The dirt has eroded quite a bit from here, whether it's from chipmunks or just the fact that it's wet. Oh, Fiona. I ended up pulling out the comfrey because the roots were all exposed and dividing that. Cosmos, celosia, more of those orange lilies. That's a divided rudbeckia. That was on the other side of this garden. That was started from seed. A couple of dahlias. And the stock has been in here for quite some time. I feel like we're so far behind. But these cool weather plants are doing great. This all reseeded itself, the bachelor's button. That's pretty cool. This rudbeckia was divided from the hill garden over there. I dug it up, put it over here, so we'll have a pop of yellow towards the back. The other rudbeckia that I started from seed, that was over there. It was just really large and didn't belong in the front. We have some other seedlings that, these were self-sown. Larkspur, feverfew I did get started myself. This is the dianthus. Must be a biennial, I'm sure. So that'll be blooming this year. I've got a few firmament. I can't remember if I've grown that before. I don't know. Another little feverfew. Snaps all down the way. And over here, I did put in a new geranium. That's why it's blooming. So this will be a geranium hedge. Another divided rudbeckia. So I got 3 clumps. This was moved from over by the propane tanks last year. These are my comfrey divisions. And there is actually another one over here. I have spirea, deutzia, hydrangea, but I don't know the variety because it was from my parents. I planted some annual salvias in there just because I had nowhere else to put them. And I've expanded this and mulched it, so maybe I'll have a few less weeds. That would be fabulous. I have dahlias, and I still have 2 to plant. And I do have more tubs, but boy, it's a lot of potting soil. I'm investing a lot of money this year between soil and annuals just so it looks party ready. And my little peas that are doing okay. And of course, I've lost the tags to these. I did start a Proven Winners dahlia. They germinated okay. And then I also have another one called Happet. That did okay, not wonderful. It looks like my lilies will not be coming back. That's all right. Onward and upward. Oh, there we go, Happet Daydream. So that's one of the dahlias. And Jowie Nikki was one I saved from last year. And oh, I got a bunch of those. That was pretty cool. Sweet Autumn Clematis is struggling a bit. The left side comes back really well. Oh, another rudbeckia right there from over here. These are the daylilies that I don't love. Don't care if the deer eat them, but when they bloom, they're pretty cool. My fleece flower, which I hope germinates this year. I really need to get some soil around the poor thing. Oh, and these are weeds. I need to put my gloves on. I threw something else. Oh, there it is, Joe Pye weed. That was over in the swampy garden in the front, and it looked kind of silly. I need more soil over here. As you can tell, everything's wet and clay and ick. And we can't mow over here, so I have weed whacked all of this side of my drainage ditch. And it's a lot of work. A lot of work. Now this looks really weird to me. I don't know, is this reseeded sweet autumn clematis? Like there's a couple sprouts, but the leaves are different. I can't tell what the heck that is. Or did I plant something there and it came back? I don't know. Salpoglossus, I really should have put that in the cutting garden. I still might, because I kind of want my cucumber there. I dug up the Carl Forester grasses. Oh, I can't talk, I'm so tired. Dug those up. They were all along here on the edge and put them as a backdrop. Expanded this fence back, I don't know, maybe 4 feet. And I have a new raised bed, which is super cool. I don't know that I love the look of it. It's kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. And I could have filled it more with soil. But also these tomatoes are going to get huge that I put in it. So harvesting will be interesting. And my basil that I started from seed. I have sweetie, cherry tomato, and Moscovich, because those were the seeds I had. Dahlia, the Jowie Nikki. I'm trying to use these things that I've had for years that I picked up on the side of the road. There's 4 of them, like it used to be a canopy, gazebo, I don't know. So I'm thinking, would cucumbers climb up that? That might be cool, because I have to put those in the ground, but I also kind of need to fill in some more soil. Am I going to move the salpoglossus? I kind of want the dahlia planted right there, because I have 2 over here. These are all my zinnia. Trying to keep it simple. And new is also the pine straw mulch. I'm trying this to help deter the jumping worms, even though I had leaf mulch. These are salvia. I started from seed, 4 o'clock. Never grown those before. Celosia and my orange geranium. I think I had like 40 of those. And they all germinated. They did great. 2 more dahlia. The Achillea came back, and in the back I have Tithonia. I loved that years ago. Bugs and chipmunks kind of were fighting me, so I'm trying it again. Nothing's planted here, but maybe something. My blueberries survived with minimal care. Peonies are budding up. And I'm surprised all this stuff did pretty well. I need to finish mulching. I don't know if I'm going to plant that caladium there or not. I don't think so. Probably should be in a pot. Hostas. Of course, I can't remember this big green one. I think that was the variegation that I divided out. But that's really big. See, if I don't put plant stakes, this is what happens. This is also new. It's a neon or cat mint. Jeez, crow. The one impatient that I started from seed that germinated. Virginia, that's new because my other one kind of shrank away. And these are the only ones that bloom, my little snowdrops. And this guy is still kicking. That was in a pot 3 years ago. I really should give it its own space and take care of it. These are hydrangea saplings, I don't know, runners from my friend's big beautiful hydrangea at her cottage. I can't believe how much it kind of spreads. So I said, well, if it can survive over here, it'll be beautiful backdrop. This ugly pot that I stupidly painted years ago, I think I'm going to try to pressure washer the paint off of it and use it for a new Japanese maple. So I do still have some junk over here because I have projects going. This is a new Japanese maple butterfly. And for now I want to put it in a pot. I have new hanging baskets. I need to get something to extend it down though because they're a little too high. I want to put this Proven Winners combo Eclipse of the Sun. Houseplants are trying to get acclimated to being out here. I'm going to do another little stone project to tidy that up. Oh, pollen. We revamped this trellis area. I put up new lattice and trimmed it out, stained the posts. So we have a Kinsley Ghost honeysuckle. And I have a new clematis over there. I think it's the President. And all throughout here, even though you can't see it because of the forget-me-nots and the poppies that are kind of everywhere, I have my geranium seedlings, like a ton of them, scattered throughout, and my salvia. So it's going to be orange and purple blue once everything gets going. Centaurea, I used to have a bunch of that and it was a thug, and then I kind of had not much, and I decided last year I want to bring it back and let it do its thing. See, there's more geranium. I spent a bunch of time this morning mulching and planting all of this. Sun Patience, Impatience, the Beacon Orange, Coleus, because this will all be shade between the hydrangea and the tree out front. God bless the little sedum that chugs along against the foundation with no water. I hope they get as tall as I'm envisioning. If I can keep the darn dog out of there, that's the other problem. She does go under there, the deck, and dig. Might have to put a fence up for the old gal. She's so innocent though. My next project, planting my banana. A few years ago I had that on the deck and it was beautiful, although the Japanese beetles did go after it, so we'll see. I might not do it again if the bugs find it. I've been spending time in here. Marigolds were planted today. Another one of those salvias for continuity. And I added the Isarine, that pink plant. And I'm finally digging this sucker up. I have a friend who's going to take it, but I'm going to need a second person to kind of help me with the leverage because it does have big roots, and I'm trying not to harm any of these plants, so I need some help. As much as I do everything myself, there's a few things I can't do. So far from beautiful. No, I can't say that. It is beautiful. Far from perfect. But I've really been enjoying taking my time and just really proud of all the work that I do. And I want to be able to share it with other people.